What happens when the heroes are flawed? The villains have a point, and the only thing sharper than the swords is the wit. In The Blade itself, the gritty, darkly humorous, and utterly captivating first installment of Joe Abercrombie's legendary First Law trilogy, listeners are introduced to a world where morality is gray, magic is dangerous, and survival is a daily struggle. The story weaves together the lives of three deeply imperfect protagonists: Logen Ninefingers, a barbarian warrior known as the Bloody Nine who is trying desperately to leave his violent past behind; Inquisitor Glokta, a former fencing champion turned torturer for the King's Inquisition, who navigates the treacherous political waters of the Union with a limp, missing teeth, and a razor-sharp mind; and Jezal Luthar, a vain, arrogant nobleman whose vanity masks a deep insecurity and a surprising capacity for change. As war looms on the horizon and ancient, forbidden magic begins to stir in the north, these characters find their paths crossing in ways that will challenge their beliefs, test their loyalties, and force them to confront the darkest parts of themselves. Joe Abercrombie masterfully crafts a narrative that subverts traditional fantasy tropes, replacing clear-cut heroes and villains with complex, morally ambiguous individuals whose choices have devastating, often ironic consequences. The prose is sharp, witty, and brutally honest, painting vivid pictures of muddy battlefields, opulent courts, and the grim reality of life in a world that doesn't care if you live or die. For audiobook listeners, this novel is an absolute, transcendent triumph. Narrator Peter Kenny delivers a career-defining performance, bringing distinct, memorable voices to each character, from Logan's gruff, weary resignation to Glokta's sardonic, pain-filled internal monologue and Jezal's pompous, evolving arrogance, making every sarcastic remark, every act of torture, and every moment of unexpected vulnerability